From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
Hey, good Monday morning, Quad Cities. Thanks for joining us here on the 8 Plus streaming app. It's 8 a.m. on August 18th. I'm Ava Hedges.
And I'm meteorologist Morgan Strackmine. It's still going to be another hot and humid day. We're getting so close.
I know.
It's beautiful.
I know. I'm so excited. I know we don't really like to say that fall word too soon. It makes some people upset, but I'm all for it. I'm so ready for it.
Hey, 2 more weeks. September 1st is meteorological fall, and then I'm not going to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
So get ready. We're giving you, we're what is it, desensitizing you.
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
word
So that
already.
when it does hit, you don't even know the difference.
Exactly. But we do have lots of cloud cover kind of here in the metro area so far for this morning, but temperatures are going to still remain quite high for us, especially as we get into the afternoon hours. Right now across the area, low to mid to upper 70s, getting close to 80 already in Burlington, 78 degrees, 74 here in the Quad Cities, and 71 up in Maquoketa, but you can see that humidity impacting some areas a little bit more down to the south where they are seeing a bit more of that heat and humidity influence. Regardless, all of us are going to be pretty warm. We're going to see partly cloudy skies into the afternoon, highs around 90 degrees. There's going to be some chances for some showers and storms, especially for areas north of the I-80 corridor as we head into the late morning hours. But again, the major impacts today going to be the heat and humidity. We'll talk about some more storm chances that will officially clear out a lot of this warmth coming up in just a little bit. Ava.
Thanks, Morgan. Well, right now in Davenport, the southbound 61 Brady ramp to eastbound I-80 and the eastbound I-80 to 61 Brady ramp are closed for traffic barrier rail improvements. Detours are posted using adjacent interchange ramps. The ramps are expected to reopen to traffic in mid-September. Right now, students in the Mercer County School District are returning to school after classrooms were confirmed free of mold this weekend. Students were supposed to go back last Thursday. However, the district revealed they found a significant amount of mold inside Mercer County High School, resulting in the start date being postponed district-wide. The superintendent put out a statement Saturday saying MCHS passed all its air samplings and the building is safe for re-entry. He added, out of an abundance of caution, the building was fogged to make sure all of the mold was gone. Now, Mercer County is the second school district in our area to delay the first day of school because of mold. Just a few days ago, the Rock Island Milan School District reported a mold issue in the high school. The report says more than a dozen classrooms in other areas initially failed air quality testing in late July. Now they were recleaned and then passed follow-up testing. And if you would like to read the full list of rooms impacted, head over to our website, WQAD.com. That's where you can see the full report. Well, the return to classes scheduled for today at Rockridge schools has been delayed. The district says that's due to extreme heat. Now, tomorrow, all of the district schools will dismiss early at 1:30 in the afternoon, according to the district. And as back-to-school season gets underway, we wanted to know, parents, what's on your mind? So we put together a variety of topics and invited a diverse group of parents from across our viewing area to chat with us. Here's our panel. We're going to introduce you. It would be Bridget Mayfield from Knoxville, a mother of 2 students attending the private school where she also teaches. Jakara Walker from Davenport, a mother of 5, and 4 of her children are school age and attend private school. Stephen Eccles from Davenport, a father of 2 and a football coach at Davenport Central. And Peter Whitman from Clinton County, a farmer and father of 3. And Elliot Lard from Davenport, a father of 2 school-age children in our area. Now, this is WQAD's first ever parent panel, and today's first topic, motivating your kids for the start of the school year. This morning, let's hear what the parents had to say.
I know with my kids, they're busy during the summer, so they actually look forward to the beginning of school.
Being a farmer, it's not too hard. They don't get to see their friends all the time, and so they're excited to go back to school because they get to see their friends every day. And with my kids, they're pretty easy because they enjoy school.
I have a 7-year-old. We don't turn it off at home. So even though it's the summer, we're still reading and writing, and so I think that overall my kid loves school, and so we don't have to do much motivating. So I hope it stays like that.
Yeah.
So it sounds like all of you have children that enjoy going to school, they like those social circles, but what if, they were kind of struggling or maybe just not as excited?
I live in that situation almost 24/7, so with the 4 children of mine that do go to in school age, 2 of them are excited, 2 of them are not excited. So So it is a lot of just talking to them, prepping them, and being able to just hear them out, the things that they kind of struggle with because, one kid has to redo another grade. And so that is a confidence, knockdown. But just because, you may be struggling, that doesn't mean that you're weak or you're a failure.
We try to find something that intrigues them, something that excites them. And I think that'll make overall school, better and exciting.
Now, for a more in-depth Q&A experience, head over to our WQAD 8+ streaming app. There you'll find the full parent panel and more of our extensive back-to-school coverage. That's exclusively on our 8+ app. Download that on your TV and watch for free. And coming up in tomorrow's parent panel, they're distracting and take away from instructional time. We're talking about cell phones in the classroom, when students should be allowed to use their phones and whose responsibility it is to set boundaries. Well, Church in Rock Island is celebrating back-to-school season in a special way over the weekend. Grace City Church giving out hundreds of backpacks to parents and kids during Bless the Block. It's been hosting this giveaway since 2012 to strengthen the local community. Pencils, folders, crayons, and 200 backpacks were handed out. The event included a bounce house, face paint, music, and free food.
This is the great gift of society, that we have something to give to another human being. And likewise, in similar fashion, we have a heart and a soul willing to receive of another person. So that's what giving is all about. It's not only sharing, but it's also receiving.
The church also partnering with other local groups, giving away 400 female hygiene products and 100 sensory bags, helping students with autism. Now we take a look at some new pictures of Pleasant Valley High School, where a $30 million renovation project is underway. Bruce Builders reports major progress on the front addition and newly paved areas. Now, once finished, Pleasant Valley High School will have a new main entrance, student services center, and administration suite. It also adds a STEAM lab, expanded athletic facilities, and a modern cafeteria. The upgrades aim to boost security and create a safer, state-of-the-art learning environment. Renovations are scheduled to end in fall of 2027. Blackhawk College is unveiling another major upgrade on its Moline campus. Now, Building 2 used to be the science building. Following renovation and expansion, it's now the new home for the college's career and technical education programs.
So this is a really exciting time here at Blackhawk. This is our new Career and Technical Center that will open just here in a couple of weeks to students. And so think direct to workforce. So cybersecurity, welding, advanced manufacturing, all the skills that our students need in today's workforce.
The building now has 11 classrooms and 8 labs and a lot more natural light. Students return August 25th. And we've got you covered as your family prepares for the return to classes. Just text the word school to the number on your screen. That's 309-304-0888, and we'll send you a link to News 8's School Zone coverage. Well, in other news this morning, the stage is set for President Trump to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky and European leaders at the White House. It comes after Friday's high-stakes summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with details.
This morning, President Trump prepares to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and other European leaders at the White House. It comes as President Trump continues putting pressure on Zelensky to negotiate, writing on social media that Zelensky can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Zelensky responding overnight, writing, quote, "Russia must end this war, which it itself started. And I hope that our joint strength with America, with our European friends, will force Russia into a real peace." Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying a peace deal is still far off and both sides must negotiate.
You can't have a peace agreement unless both sides make concessions. If not, it's just called surrender. And neither side is going to surrender.
The British Prime Minister, French President, and German Chancellor are all among the European and NATO leaders joining Ukraine's president as he meets with President Trump. The meeting comes following President Trump's summit with Russian President Putin on Friday, which led to no agreement. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, who was in the talks, saying the United States did get Russia to agree to a future U.S. security guarantee that if Ukraine is attacked again, the U.S. could defend it.
We were able to win the following concession, that the United States could offer Article 5-like protection, which is one of the real reasons why Ukraine wants to be in NATO.
Sources tell ABC News that Putin is demanding Ukraine give up the Donetsk region in exchange for stopping further attacks. But Zelensky, who was not included in Friday's summit, saying Ukraine will not agree to give up any more territory and that those discussions can only happen with Ukraine at the table.
The constitution of Ukraine makes it impossible to give up territory or trade land.
Over the weekend, Russia continuing its attacks, launching missiles and drones across eastern Ukraine. Today, President Trump will greet Zelensky outside the West Wing at 1 o'clock Eastern, followed by their meeting with European leaders in the East Room. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
The United States is suspending visitor visas for Gazans. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the move is necessary because the government has received evidence that some organizations are arranging the visitor visas that have ties to terror groups like Hamas. Laura Loomer, an ally to President Donald Trump, is taking credit for the pause in visas after she claims some families arriving from Gaza threaten U.S. national security. Well, this morning, we're looking at the impact one network has had on the Trudy Appleby's uncle. She's the girl whose suspected killer was indicted after 29 years. The group is now a source of hope for many people with missing family members. News 8's Marshawn Gunn shows us how the Quad Cities Missing Persons Network has done a lot of good for a lot of people.
I was mad at him. Why didn't you come home? Well, that quickly changed to, there's something wrong.
Quad City native Dennis Harker has had many battles in his life.
I had 2 people in my family go missing.
First, his brother in 1980.
He was missing 4 months before he was found.
Then, in 2013, his son, David Harker. But this time, there was a difference.
We had a huge following on Facebook at the time. He had a total of about 650,000 people followed it.
With the help of thousands, David Harker's body was found just a few days later. But David was just one of many missing people throughout the country.
I was contacted by people from all over the country saying, how did you get the community involved? We need help. We don't know what to do.
That's when Dennis decided to start the Quad Cities Missing Persons Network. He, along with many volunteers, conduct dozens of searches per year. But he realizes not all searches can be successful, such as the case of Trudy Appleby.
What does this mean for 30 years for somebody that's had this in their mind for all of this time?
That was the case for the uncle of Trudy, Ray Edelman.
Before I met him, he said he was floundering.
But the QC Missing Persons Network gave Edelman a new purpose.
He's one of our searchers. He's very involved with what we do.
It feels good to me to help other families have closure.
Unfortunately, Edelman doesn't yet have his own closure.
Being able to lay her next to her mother, and closure will come when I put a headstone on Trudy's grave.
But he still has hope. And with one step closer in Trudy's case,
that hope then is transferable to other people that have the same thing.
In Moline, Marshawn Gunn, WQAD News 8.
Each year, a vigil is held on the day that Trudy went missing. And a vigil is still planned for Thursday at 7 p.m. at Bass Street Landing. It's 8:13 and still ahead, a lazy day on the Mississippi. Why paddlers of all skill levels gathered out on the river for a Quad Cities Classic.
And we are going to continue to see a weather impact alert in place for us for today. High heat and humidity. Also seeing some chances of storms. We have an update from the Storm Prediction Center for you. Coming up next in your accurate forecast.
From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
Expertise doesn't come simply from classes and manuals and certifications. Expertise requires real-world experience. That's what Crawford Company has delivered to the Quad Cities for over 70 years. Whether you know us for heating and air conditioning, welded fabrication, plumbing, or electrical, our experts bring you peace of mind knowing you've chosen the best. Crawford Company.
Which would you rather sleep on? Do you you have a foundation like that box of toothpicks we just cleaned up in our parking lot? Or does your mattress rest on box springs that give your body the support it needs for a good night's sleep? Call today or visit our stores in Moline and Bettendorf to help us build a custom box spring just for you. Call L&W Bedding for a better night's sleep.
The WQAD8 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
What is Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' proposal?
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Weather Impact Alert is in place.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
There are a couple hundred people here.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. WQAD8 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Right now, parts of the Caribbean are dealing with the effects of Hurricane Erin. Now, this is a look at some of the flooding that we've seen in Puerto Rico. It's still churning in the Atlantic as a strong Category 4 storm. And while it isn't forecasted to make landfall in the U.S., it could cause some strong rip currents along the coast. In fact, some parts of North Carolina, along with the Outer Banks, have already declared a state of emergency. And just take a look at these incredible images from the hurricane hunters. This one shows the eye of the hurricane. The hunters flew through the eye to get more data on the storm, and it's just so calm and like serene in there, Morgan. Seriously.
I know, and what's even more interesting is when you're talking about hurricanes, the eye wall can create some of the fastest winds. Wow. So you get some of the fastest winds, and then it's quite literally calm. You can see sunshine, and then you get that second wave to come in whenever it makes landfall. So again, the good news is, Erin, it is forecasted to stay off the coast, but still close enough to bring impacts to the coast.
Yeah,
but
of course.
here we're waking up to sunny skies, at least north. We still have some clouds across the area. We also have gotten an upgraded threat for some severe storms. Lots of heat and humidity. This is storm energy, so it's really no surprise there. But so far, Clinton is showing off that sunshine. And it's a much different story here. Right now, we are seeing lots of cloud cover in the metro Quad Cities region. And we will continue to see lots of warmth and humidity here as well. So temperature sitting in the mid 70s right now, but again, it's pretty gloomy out there for us, but calm. You can see how calm that Mississippi River is. Other than that, though, it's just going to be warm and humid, but we are going to continue to keep a close eye out on radar. So right here, see this cluster of showers and thunderstorms? I think it's going to impact mainly areas along and north of I-80 as we head into the late morning, early afternoon hours. This stuff right here off to the south and southwestern Iowa, I think it's going to fall apart a little bit more, but we do see another wave of some showers and thunderstorms that are expected later on this evening and into the overnight hours. So for the most part, most of us are going to see a weather impact alert in place for today for the high heat and humidity. So we're going to have heat advisories in place. We're going to feel well into the triple digits for a lot of us. Again, a very similar forecast from the weekend as you want to limit time outside, check on your neighbors, friends, families, pets, children. Again, limit that time outside, stay hydrated through today. We just got to get through the next couple of days and we're going to really start to see some good relief for us. But here is a look at our heat advisories for today. And again, it's mainly along and south of I-80. Areas north, the reason why you're not included in this is because you are expected to see those showers and thunderstorms early on. Check out the heat index values by 2 o'clock. Most around 100 to 105 degrees. But what's even crazy is I'm going to be taking a look at this into the afternoon to see if there is that big sharp cutoff, because Clinton could feel about 100, but just off to the north in Maquoketa, over a 25-degree difference when it comes to those feels-like temperatures because of those storms that are going to be pushing in. Tomorrow, even though we do see a front come in and that's going to start to bring in those northerly winds, we still stay pretty muggy. It'll take some time to get that drier air to overcome the moist air, so it's still going to feel pretty uncomfortable tomorrow, just not going to be heat advisory criteria. And then by Wednesday, we're really going to start to feel the relief. All of us are going to feel basically exactly what the outdoor forecasted temperature is going to be. We'll see the humidity really take a step down for us. But here's a look at future track through this morning again. You can see that line that is starting to push in off to the north for us as we get into the late morning, early afternoon hours. May get down to the Metro Quad Cities around 2 or 3 o'clock. It might just graze the metro area before it officially pushes off to the east. Tonight, though, I think we'll get that line and that's going to come along a cold front. So again, the cold front's going to come in tonight. That'll generate a couple more showers and thunderstorms for us during the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning too. I think by the time we get to our morning commute, most of us are going to be in the drier air mass, and then we'll really start to work out those clouds. We'll start to see some sunshine into Tuesday afternoon. Highs will be in the mid to upper 80s. Again, still feeling a little uncomfortable out there with the humidity, but we're going to be in store for some really nice relief for us. As we get into your 8-day tracker, we are going to see lots of dry skies beyond these storm chances for today. And then we're going to bring in temperatures a lot more comfortable. In fact, we could be even seeing a fall preview by the weekend with highs in the 70s, Ava.
All right, thanks, Morgan. Well, this weekend, you may have noticed a lack of boats on the Mississippi, and more importantly, a whole bunch of kayaks. 10 miles of the river from Rock Island to Hampton was closed off for the annual Floatzilla event. And News 8's Jonas Evans has more.
More than 1,000 kayakers from across the country got this section of the Mississippi all to themselves. It's not only a wonderful community event, but also a chance to see the area in quite a unique way.
When you're out in the middle of the Mississippi and then you see the edge and then you're seeing wetlands and you're seeing birds and you're seeing other things that you don't get to experience when you're on land.
According to surfindustry.org, kayaking and paddleboarding are two of the fastest growing water sports in the country currently. And Floatzilla is for paddlers of all skill levels.
I always say it's a total physical fitness activity because you're getting some strength in your arms, you're getting mental health because being on the water is so calming, and you're getting social health. Look how many people you can share this experience with.
This year also featured a new 10-mile race across the entire closed-off section of the river and a cardboard boat competition.
We call everybody, we say, you know, we're giving you a chance to be generous here. You want to give us your day on Floatzilla Day? We couldn't do it without them.
River Action has been organizing the event since 2010. This year with the help of over 100 local volunteers. In Rock Island, Jonas Evans, WQAD News 8.
River Action says the final tally was about 1,200 participants. Now that includes kayaking enthusiasts from 20 different states across the country. Still ahead, lightning may never strike twice, but opportunity does. How a stranger's kindness helped one college student get back on her feet. After a lightning strike destroyed a Georgia college student's home, she wasn't sure how she would start over. But the kindness of a stranger is now allowing her to feel at home again. Tia Maggio has more on the story.
I'm still in shock, kind of even more, just trying to process it.
It's been 1 month since Georgia Southern University student Bella Rosales watched everything she owned vanish in a lightning-related fire.
Burnt through my backpack. One of my favorite books is burned through.
With no renter's insurance, no family nearby, and only an internship and a tight college budget to get by, she had no way to replace any of it. Until now. That's when Mike Horn stepped in. Horn saw her coverage on Rosales, and her loss struck a chord. He too had once lost everything in Hurricane Helene.
Our Statesboro community really stepped up to help me out after the hurricane. And then a week later, I lost my wife to cancer. And just the overall support, and that, you know, I felt that it's time to get back.
Horn's late wife owned a furniture store. Using what she left behind, he worked with us to replace the pieces Rosales had lost. On Monday, we went to Rosales' new home, where she had been living with just a mattress and a bed frame to surprise her.
This nice gentleman had saw my story, and he wanted to get you completely new furniture. So this is all for a tenant. I'm in shock. I'm so thankful and insanely grateful for the support of Savannah.
Now, she has a furnished room and a reason to feel at home again.
I think tonight might be my first night I'm actually there, which is crazy.
It's a life-changing gift from a man she'd never met, showing how one act of kindness can spread far beyond one home.
This is not just a one-time thing. I'm going to I encourage people to step up, and help out when they see a story like this.
Fires caused by lightning are not common. According to the National Fire Academy, they make up around 17,000 out of 31,000 fires annually in the U.S. alone. All right, let's send it over to Morgan now with another check of our forecast. Morgan.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some cloudy skies here in the Metro Quad cities, but other than that, a very warm and humid start, but traffic is moving along just fine so far for this morning. Here is an update, though. We do have an upgraded level 2 out of 5 threat for areas along and north of I-80 to account for showers and thunderstorms expected to arrive later this morning and going into the early afternoon hours. So we'll keep a close eye out on it, mainly for some gusty winds is what we're going to see, and maybe some heavy rainfall. But so far, sunny skies still in Clinton. As they're building in that storm energy, it's going to feel around 100 degrees as well through the afternoon. We'll finally start to see some relief, though. I'll let you know with the help of your 8-day tracker coming up next.
Still ahead on Good Morning Quad Cities at 11, screens are a part of daily life, but how much do they impact your children's eyesight? Doctors are sharing the easy ways you can make a huge impact and prevent any potential vision loss. Plus, everyone come sail away, what one nonprofit is doing to open up access to sailing lessons.
All right, let's get you one last check of the forecast, because now we are going to be a little bit more on guard for those storm chances. That's going to be pushing in by 11 o'clock, but that's good news because we'll already be on air and giving you those live updates for that. But that's going to continue to impact the area as we head into the early afternoon. Could get as far south as I-80 for the afternoon hours, but then we'll have several hours of dry time for the evening before some more showers and thunderstorms will be possible later on tonight along a cold front. So that cold front will finally be what brings in the relief from all of this heat and humidity. It's going to take some time, though. Tomorrow morning, likely going to see some clouds lingering around, but by the afternoon, that dry air will kind of start to take over a little bit more with those northerly winds. Bring back some sunshine for the afternoon hours, and then we're going to see a lot of relief for the upcoming week. This is like the picture-perfect forecast. We're going to see dry skies, lots of sunshine, overnight temperatures in the 60s, low 80s, and then even going into this weekend, I mean, boy, Sunday, sunny and 75.
Oh my gosh.
That's like the most perfect day I think you could try to get out of here. Especially just coming up this weekend, it's going to be a great weekend to get outside and enjoy.
And especially with all of the heat and humidity that we've had lately, like this relief is going to feel a million times better probably.
I know, and the fact we get a long stretch of it rather than just a couple days, we get a long stretch of it. So.
I know. I said this earlier. I know it's only Monday, but my eyes are already looking towards that Sunday forecast.
Yeah, right.
Because I just can't wait. That's so exciting.
It's going to be beautiful. We're really excited about it.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us here on the 8+ app for Good Morning Quad Cities at 8. Our next news is at 11 o'clock. Have a great morning, Quad Cities.